Great day, everyone. Jerisha Hawk here. This is one of the Services That Sell workshop, and it is titled The Income Injection. I am so beyond excited to be chatting with you guys today. We have over 600 people registered for this workshop, so you know it's a topic that a lot of you are really interested in learning more about, basically how to sell your services more consistently and more sustainably, but also really helping you guys learn and understand the importance of selling a signature service and really figuring out how to do that for yourself in your own business. So as you guys are popping on live, definitely pop in the comments and say hey, and just let me know that you're here. One thing that I want all of us, as we are hopping on and people are getting situated, I'm so excited. Hi, Tamisha. Hey, Janet, Ola, Nia, Sydney, Onita. I think I said that right. I know there's a ton of you guys popping on. Kimberly, Janae. I'm just so excited. Hey, Kashira. So I see it. Hi, Shelly. I'm so super pumped. But one thing, again, as we are all popping on live and just getting started here, I want to talk about something that I think is really important to just kind of set the playing field for everybody to make sure that we all have aligned expectations about what's really possible for us in our business, and not only what's possible, but what's really required. So when you're starting a business, it is really like it's like getting on a roller coaster ride. And let me know, or I'm assuming here, how many of you guys have actually been on a roller coaster ride before at an amusement park? I'm in Michigan. We always go to Cedar Point, which is just down in Ohio. But building a business and actually doing a business is really very similar to getting on a roller coaster ride. And what I mean by that, and follow me along with this, is one, there's a cost to actually get to the amusement park. Right? There is time that it takes for you to travel to get to that amusement park. There's a cost that you have to pay to actually enter the amusement park. And once you actually do all of that, plan to drive down there, or drive over there, or fly to Disney World or whatever, and then you make the investment, hoping that you'll have a lot of fun once you get in the amusement park. You make that cost, that upfront investment that you're, putting that down payment on, hopefully the joy that you're going to get once you get into the amusement park. You then have to have the courage and the faith to actually get on the ride. Let me know if you guys are following me here, okay? You have to have the courage and the faith to actually get on the ride. And once you get on the ride, you have to commit to staying on the ride. Meaning, if you guys are on the middle of a roller coaster, right? And if you choose to just jump ship in the middle of the roller coaster ride, that could be kind of fatal for you, right? Like you could potentially die if you jump off a roller coaster. But the same thing, all of this is very, very true when it comes to you building your business. Every action you take now will impact the outcome of your success. So just let me know in the comments, are you guys committed? Are you committed to getting on the ride? In the sense of you actually stepping fully into your purpose and really committing to building your business and going all in on signing up to get to the amusement park, paying the costs associated to have the fun once you get in there, but then having the boldness and the courage and the faith to actually get on the ride. And what's the first thing that you do when you get on a ride? You put your seatbelt on and you are committed. Like, I'm on this ride until it's over. And there's about nothing I can do until it's over. And as you guys are on the ride, even when it's scary, even when you don't know what's going to happen around the next turn, even when you are on the incline, like click, 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 and you're terrified because you know you're going to get to a top where at some point it's going to drop. Even if you might regret the ride that you got on in the first place halfway through, are you willing to actually stay on? And this is so symbolic in comparison to you building your business. It is a roller coaster ride. There are peaks, there are valleys, there are high moments, there are low moments. And before we even get started about how to help you get experience more of an income injection and actually sell your services consistently, I just need to know who here is committed to being on the ride. Okay? Who here is just committed on the ride? We all on this ride together, first and foremost. Over 600 people signed up for this workshop. Whether they're catching this live or going to be following up with us in the replay, there's so many of us who are getting on this ride together. So none of us, myself included, I can't do it for you, but I am here with you every step of the way. I am here sitting here holding your hand like, girl, we going up, but we in this. So just pop in the comments and let me know, are you committed? So I want to make sure that we have a crowd here that is committed to getting on the ride, but also giving everybody the opportunity, like, you know what, Jay? I want to be out. And if anybody wants to step away, no shade, no harm, no foul. So I just want to know everybody committed to the ride. We all on this, all right? Okay, I'm so excited. Okay, I'm seeing yes, I'm committed, I'm in, raises hands. Hello, let's get started. Shelly said, I had no idea business was so intense. Girl. Business is like the best therapy ever. It will challenge every part and piece of you. So one thing that we're going to be talking about today, I am going to be using the whiteboard. I do want this to be interactive. For you guys who have already downloaded your growth assignment and got started with taking the quiz, any questions that come up for you while we're in the midst of this, definitely pop it in the comments. I will do my best to answer everybody's question live. If not, I will be circling back in the comments. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So the three things that all of you guys will be able to take away from today's workshop is, one, first and foremost, what is a signature service? And I want to make sure that we all have a clear definition on what a signature service is, so you can understand the true value of having a signature service in your business and understand the true power that it gives you in the sense of being able to experience that income injection and sell consistently and really build a business that is long-term and lasting. Second is that you're going to learn today the major value of selling your services first as a business model. And third is how to actually develop a solid foundation that you can build and scale from later. Okay? So those are the three key points that we're going to be diving into today. So first and foremost, really, what is a signature service? And before we even get started with that, I want you guys to think about a couple individuals that I think most of us are familiar with or know of. When you think of Kevin Hart, for example, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? And I'm going to just start getting on the whiteboard on this one. So when you think of Kevin Hart, unless, I don't know if all y'all know that chocolate dropper, he's one of my faves. But when you think of Kevin Hart, what comes to mind? He's a comedian, right? Kevin Hart is a comedian at the core of what that man does. When you think Kevin Hart, you think comedy. When you think of Oprah, besides greatness and just all around black girl magic slayer, when it comes to her profession, what is the first thing that comes to mind for you? First thing that comes to mind when you hear Oprah. TV host. When you think of Beyonce, when you think of Beyonce, what is the first thing that comes to mind when you hear Beyonce? Besides the fact you don't say she slays, which I know that she does, but what is the first thing that comes to mind when you think of Beyonce and her profession? I think of music or performer, right? Entertainer, exactly. When you think of Michael Jordan, what is the first thing that comes to mind when you hear Michael Jordan? You think basketball. When you think of Rihanna, when you think of my girl Rihanna, what's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of Rihanna? Again, you think music. All of these people here built their brand and really built their business on a signature offer. It is the thing that is the first thing that comes to mind. It is what they are known for. It is what their zone of genius is. It is what they have built their business on. When you think of each one of these individuals, it took 2 seconds for you guys to think. Kevin Hart, comedian. Oprah, TV host or interviewer. Beyonce, music, performer. Michael Jordan, basketball. Rihanna, music. All of these individuals, and y'all are hilarious in the comments, first and foremost. All of these individuals have been able to build their business beyond this initial signature service, but it was because of their signature offer, their greatness that they initially showed up in the world in. That was the thing that gave them a foundation to build their business on. So what I like to call this is really the trunk of your business, okay? Each one of these individuals had a very strong trunk whether it was comedy, music, basketball, the TV host, that your signature service is the trunk, is the foundation, is the building block really for you in your business. Okay? And like if we use like Rihanna for an example, music, being a singer was her base, but then she built a branch off of that. Excuse my drawing abilities. She started with music, but built a branch off of having makeup. Or Michael Jordan had the base foundation of basketball. And then he built a branch off of that tree of, selling gym shoes, selling clothing items. The man owns, I don't know how much stuff. Same thing with Kevin Hart. He started his trunk. His signature service was a comedian. But then he built off of that and built his branch of, he's a mix star. He has a mixtape and a music album. He pairing up with Trey Songz. Kevin Hart now is an actor. He's in movies. He does voiceovers for children's movies. Kevin Hart has more stuff than I can even keep up with. He got his own sneaker line, I think. But all of these individuals started with a signature service. So when it comes to you and in your business, you need to have something that you are building your foundation of your business on. Many of us try to build a business by building our branches first, in the sense of, I'm trying to do all of the things. I want to be a singer, a designer, a makeup line. I want to be an actor. I want to do all the things to start with when you have no trunk to build those branches from. You guys following along with what I'm saying? So when it comes to what is a signature service, it's really something that is proprietary. It is a unique model, method, a specific system, or a process that you follow to solve a specific problem for somebody else. Okay? It is a unique skill set that you bring to the marketplace that really allows you to differentiate yourself from everybody else in your industry. This is the best way to eliminate competition and stand out in your niche versus sounding like everybody else. Like all of these individuals, Kevin Hart ain't the only black comedian out there. There's a million other black comedians, but there's something uniquely different about Kevin Hart. Oprah wasn't the first TV host. There's a dozen TV hosts out there, but there's something unique and special about how Oprah showed up. Same thing with Beyonce, same thing with Michael Jordan, same thing with Rihanna. Like they're not the only one in their niche, but they did a very, very, very good job of becoming an expert on one thing first. Okay? And this is the true importance of the POP method, which a lot of you guys experience today in our growth assignment, to pick one person, pick one problem. Okay? This is why it is so important for you to niche down and to specialize. And especially if you're like just, and the thing everybody needs to keep in mind here, all these individuals were specializing with one offer for almost a decade, if not more, before they started building the branches of their tree. Many of us are too impatient. We like, girl, we've been building this business for 3 months, okay? I know what I'm doing. I'm ready to start doing all the things. It's like, bro, hold up. Your tree hasn't even fully sprouted out of the dirt yet. What you mean you're trying to build a branch? Your trunk hasn't even like arose yet. And it's okay. Forewarning, I should have put this out beginning. Edges may get snatched during our workshop video sessions. So if your edges are already thin, I can direct you to a link on Amazon to help give you some regrowth, because we may be receding your hairline today. Just know it's all with love. It is all with love, okay? My elite ladies know I will send edge control in the mail for you. I will do that as a gift. So just letting everybody know we're on the same page, okay? On the same page. It's all with love. I want the best for you. So when it comes to your signature service here, it's really like, what is your unique offer? What makes you a unicorn? And I think if you guys are following along with the sales cycle series that we did this past week in our Facebook group, Dejanay was one of our fearless goal getters that signed up. And we did a really good session with her, helping her niche down and really determine a signature offer. And Dejanay she does branding. And if you went to her website, she just looked like she just did branding for any and everybody. And she was like, I'm tired of trying to sell to everyone and actually not getting anybody in. Why? Because she was just said, I do branding. I can do websites. I can do logos. I can do it for all these various range of industries. But we really helped her niche down and specialize her offer. So now Dejanay is no longer just the brander or the visual brand designer, Dejanay now helps build websites for individuals who are close to retirement. And their website is with a specific focus of supporting a business that will supplement that person's retirement income. That now is a niche. So now she can target and talk directly to older individuals who want to build a side hustle as they're in their last few years before retirement, and they need somebody to come in and build a website for them because it's not easy for them to DIY it themselves. Hello, that is a signature service now. It has a specific end goal, a website for a new business owner who is late in their career. They already have an area of expertise and they want to build a side hustle so they can support their retirement income. When you think of that, you guys can probably immediately think of people you know who need that service. That's how you know you got something signature. That is a trunk that she can build on. And once she has built her name in that industry, it'll be 10 times easier for her to scale from that. So one thing for all of you, like, I know, great niche, like that's so good. Exactly. And the thing was, we did that on a 15-minute phone call, y'all. We go in depth on how to teach that in the Services That Sell program. We'll talk a lot more about that as the days come on. So, but I want you guys to understand first and foremost why you need to have a signature service. So are all of you guys sold on the fact that you need a signature service in your business? So I know some of y'all like, no, Jay, I'm multi-passionate. Like I'm trying to do all of the things. I just really want to serve everybody. I get it. But if you are out here like a naked mole rat trying to serve and support everybody, you are not going to attract your stallion, okay? I don't even know what type of reference that was, but you get the point I'm trying to make. So the number one focus here for all of you guys, as you guys are thinking about your signature service, instead of thinking, you need to think about what you could offer versus what you should offer, okay? If you are the type of individual who is constantly saying like, well, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. And I can do that. Yeah, I can do that too. Versus you really need to be asking yourself, should you be doing all of the things? Because as we talked about today in the POP method, your ideal client has 99 problems. Your job as a business owner is to solve one of them. One, okay? One, okay? Like DJ Khaled, and another one, just one though, okay? Just one problem. You should not be the life coach and the business coach and the designer and the web developer and the gardener and all of the things. Your job is to solve one problem through a signature service. That is the trunk of your business. And I want you guys, as we're rolling into step number 2 here, or point number 2 of this workshop, is really understanding the major value of selling a signature service first. I think you guys, we talked about it a bit here, but when you have a solid trunk, really a firm foundation of what you provide, you've been able to build an audience, build trust, build community off of that service that you provide, that signature offer. You've been able to perfect your process on how you get clients results. Then that's when the magic happens. You're then able to start scaling your efforts, and it makes it 10 times easier to scale when you already have a solid foundation that you're building off of, okay? Because I know a lot of you here want to build courses. You want more passive income in your life. You want to have a membership site. And I'm not saying that you can't have those things, because I think you can, and I think it makes sense. I have some of those things in my business, and that is what has allowed me to scale my income. But it was all because I leveraged a signature service first. And if you have nothing to leverage, you are really sabotaging your success. So first and foremost, all great online entrepreneurs, and I know we've talked a lot about people who weren't online, but even if you think about the online entrepreneurs that exist, they all started selling services first, okay? And like Melissa Griffin is one that I love to use as an example, because the more that I learn about her story, the more it just really resonates with the value of this. But I know one of my clients, Melissa Griffin, designed her website. Melissa Griffin don't even sell websites anymore, but she used to provide a service where she sold and created websites for business owners. She got to a point and she had a blog for over 5 years creating free content and building up an audience before she ever got to where she was now. But she started with a signature thing, her blog. And then from there, she was able to grow that blog. She offered services along the way. She was testing out things and trying to see what stuck. The blog turned into, Pinterest being able to be a tool that she used to grow her blog and grow her audience. Voila, welcome Pinfinite Growth. Infinite Growth is $1 million course now. All of that was, she leveraged her initial foundation of having her blog and offering services, turned that into a course because she had perfected her process with her services, turned it into a course because the process was already done. She just repackaged it and started to scale. So the same thing is true for you guys. So if you, and it really is something, having a signature service, again, it does not have to be your end all be all for your business, but it is the best first starting place. And it's really something for you to scale on down the line. So what I mean by this here is this gives you an opportunity to connect, build community. We talked about this here is like coach, and then you get to courses. Okay? And I want to make sure everybody understands the process. A lot of us try to skip the steps in building the process. We try to rush through these stages and we wonder why we're struggling and having issues, stalling in our profits. We really are self-sabotaging our own success is what's happening because we are doing this process of building a business out of order. And you can't skip. I mean, you can. I just think based off of my personal experience and what my income results show and what I've been able to help other clients do, this is the best way to do it for you to be profitable every step along the way. So you want to start off here. Really, the beginning here is building a solid foundation is in these first 3 core steps. And with a signature service, through coaching one-on-one or in small groups, having a mastermind group or what have you, doing, again, more of an individual base or in a small group base, you're able to really connect with a specific audience, build a community and build trust around what it is that you do, and actually really learn how you are going to get clients results. Okay, this is really important because, and we're going to talk a lot more about this tomorrow during tomorrow's workshop, scaling with your services. But in this coaching phase here, this is really critical, is because a lot of the time we're great at what we do. We are phenomenal at the service that we provide. Sometimes we have a challenge of communicating and helping somebody else get the result. We know how to get the result for ourselves, but we have not perfected the teaching or like the vehicle in which that helps somebody else get that result. And that is a huge thing. And doing it in a smaller environment where you're able to get more direct feedback and you're doing it in a controlled environment where you can really start to document what your process is on how you help people get results, that is key. That is key, that is key, that is key. Because once you have that unique process or that simple system, you are then able to repackage it and turn it into a course and start scaling, okay? That makes sense for everybody here? So the big thing here, another important thing outside of this is like you really want to get focused on how can you start testing your idea. You know, just testing out ideas, seeing what works for you, seeing what audience works. Because in business, everything is a test. You really never know what's going to work until you test it and see if it works or not. From there, you start tweaking. Once you figure out, okay, this idea works, this service works, with this particular offer, start tweaking that offer a little bit, start perfecting it, start learning how to position it, learning how to better communicate it, really understanding the pain points and objections that your clients go through. And then from there, after you test and you start really tweaking, getting a groove of how you actually make money off of this, that's when you hit repeat. This is when you launch a second time, you launch a third time, and you eventually turn it into either a course, a larger scale type of offer, or you can really start to repeat those efforts, okay? So again, this method, I think is very simple. I just think a lot of us have never had the process broken down in a way that is simply and easily able to digest. So I'm glad this is making sense. Taylor, huge aha moment right here, okay? She says, this makes sense. I've been trying to roll out way too many services at once. I think I'm overwhelming my audience. You're probably overwhelming your audience, probably confusing the shit out of them, and you're probably overwhelming yourself. It's probably what's happening, but huge light bulb moment that happened for you right now, Taylor. That is huge. L'Oreal said the same thing for me. Like, so good, guys. So one thing else I want you guys to understand about the importance of selling your services and the reason why you need to be doing this first is you can make money a lot quicker with lower startup costs with selling services. And when I say lower startup costs, I mean time, I mean energy, and I mean money. Because let me know in the comments, how many of you guys have tried to create a course without actually selling it as a service first? How many hours did you spend on creating a free opt-in? How many hours did you spend creating the actual landing page, writing the sales page, trying to figure out what copy you should put on that sales page, because you have no idea what pain points an ideal client would even have in regards to that course topic, because you've never actually worked with anybody doing it in a service. How many hours have you spent trying to actually create all the content for all the modules and the workbooks and trying to figure out what order to put it all in? And you've never made any money yet. You haven't sold anything yet. You just spent a lot of time, a lot of energy, and potentially a lot of money on tech tools and software for something that you have not even validated in the market yet, and have even earned a profit from offering that as a service yet. I know edges just got snatched, but this is a safe space, y'all. It's all with love, because I've done it too. I have done it too. She said, ooh, we countless. Ola's looking a little sick in the comments. Okay, if you guys can relate to that, this is make it easy for yourself. Start with selling a service first. Because again, it's not to say that you can't get to the point of offering courses and membership groups and all the other things, but you don't even have half the answers to package it. You don't even know what process to put it in. You don't know any of the things because you haven't actually done it yet. That's like me trying to tell like a 5-year-old, go get on this bike and go like bike a marathon when the brother can barely walk. Like, can we start out with some training wheels? Let me just see if I even like this bike riding thing. Let me get the motion down first. You trying to have me bike a marathon, man? Like, hold on. Can we start with step 1? So a lot of us are just trying to go into like biking a marathon or running a marathon. We haven't even like prepped and planned and prepared ourselves for it. So again, selling your service is really a simple 3-step process, and there's a really simple 3-step process you can put in place to start earning income. This is the thing that really positioned me to quit my job. This simple 3-step process is the thing that allowed me to book over $60,000 in sales in 1 month, which gave me enough of a cash cushion to quit my job comfortably. Okay? Again, we teach this in full depth in the Services That Sell program, but I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of insight now so you guys can understand how easy it is, okay? So first thing you wanna start off with is actually attracting your audience. And it's not just attracting any audience, right? You wanna attract an ideal client, really that pop method client, that one person that fits your demographic of really the problem that you're solving for them. A client that actually wants to pay for your services, that values the work that you do, that has a sense of urgency around solving the problem that you help them solve. From there, you want to convert them, right? I don't know how many of you guys have a bunch of fans, meaning people will like, people will comment, people will subscribe, people will drop the dope gifts in the comments below, but they never actually do anything. Conversion is huge. Many of us struggle with this because we don't know how to ask for the sale. We do not know how to make the invitation. Many of us don't have the confidence to make the invitation, especially when we have to attach it to the price point. And again, we're going to talk a lot more about that in day 2 and day 3 of this workshop. So don't worry, I got you covered. But after you've attracted the right audience and made the invitation and converted them, you need to then deliver the service. So many of us get caught up on step 1 and step 2 that we completely forget about step 3. Like this here is just getting to the yes, right? These 2 steps are just, how do I get the first yes, Jay? Like, girl, I'm just trying to collect my first coin, okay? Or my next coin with ease, with grace, without the hustle and the struggle. But many of us forget about what to do after the yes. And this is really, really important. This is really important because if you get the yes and get the client and get the money, but you don't actually deliver the service and actually give them the results or help them achieve the result that you promised, you are shooting yourself in the foot, and that's a whole nother problem. I'm going to get on day 3. We're going to talk about this process more in depth, but I just, again, want you guys to understand it's really a 3-step process to selling your service. And the way that I've done it, I call it a method. I really coined this method called the lean launch. Okay, the lean launch. And it's a very, very simple process where all you do is a Facebook Live. Okay, that's how you attract that audience. You're doing Facebook Live videos or Instagram story videos, using some sort of video platform that gives you the opportunity to use use paid advertisement down the line. But you want to do a Facebook Live is my preference of choice here to attract that audience, hook people in, get them excited, get them familiar with you. Once you have a Facebook Live, you have a very simple call to action to get on an enrollment call. Okay? Some people call this a discovery call. Some people call this a clarity call. I call them enrollment calls. Why? Because I want to enroll the client to work with me. This is where you make the invitation. And I know some people say, okay, I can get them on the call, but what the heck am I supposed to say when I get them on the call? We talk about this really in depth in the Services That Sell program. We talk about, I don't like calling them sales scripts either, mainly because having a script, it's not about having a better script in order to convert people over the phone. It's really about understanding a structure and then making that sales struggle, understanding the strategy about how to structure a sales call and then making that uniquely your own. None of this works. I don't believe in like a cookie cutter process. Why? Because we're all unique individuals anointed with unique gifts. So just because I can do something and it works perfectly for me does not mean that it's going to work the exact same for you. That's why you need to be able to understand the strategies on how to do these things. So then you can tailor them and customize them based on your unique situation, your business, and your product and your offer. But you do a Facebook Live with a call to action to an enrollment call, and then you onboard your client. One thing I want you guys to understand about this lean launch, did I say anything about you have to build a website? Did I say anything about you needing to write a ton of emails? Did I say anything about you needing to write blog posts? Did I say anything about you needing to buy a bunch of tech tools and software? Did I say anything about you needing a webinar deck or spending hours creating a webinar deck? No, 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 no. Okay? This is why I call it the lean launch. I do not advise people starting off with like having to invest multiple hundreds of dollars in tech tools and software and like hundreds of hours trying to figure out how to write a webinar deck or trying to figure out how to put together a 3-day challenge or trying to figure out how to put together the product launch formula with the 3-day video series. I do not advise you doing that when you've never actually worked with anybody before, because it makes it extremely difficult to create content for an imaginary audience with a solution that you think will work and you've never tested it. I highly recommend you start with this. Perfect this process, figure out, learn how to create content and communicate with your audience in a way that really connects with them, which we talk in depth about in the Services That Sell program. Learn how to actually engage and talk with an ideal client. Learn how to walk through the sales process so you know how to actually convert them. And then learn how to actually consistently deliver clients results. Because when you nail this down, absolutely, we talked about this earlier, that's when you have the position to scale. When you can then start, doing more fancy launch strategies. Once you nail down a sales process, then yes, definitely leverage the more advanced strategies that exist, but using webinars, challenges, video series, paid advertising, doing more sophisticated launches. But many of us start with these sophisticated launches forgetting that a webinar is a tool that enhances what currently exists. A 3-day challenge is a launch method that enhances what currently exists. If you do not have an existing sales process, what are you enhancing? Nothing. So we'll ask, do you like webinars? I do, but I do not believe that everybody here should be starting as a first way to sell something with a webinar. Webinars are a great tool for you to start scaling your abilities and really start to build on something that you already know that works. I don't think it's the best place for people to start, mainly because there's a large cost associated with doing webinars out of the gate. I don't know how many of you guys have actually tried to create a good webinar deck. It takes hours. It legit takes hours to write a good webinar deck. To have a solid structure. Not even talking about the sales pages you're sending people to or the enrollment call that you're sending people to. I just think, and then you have to have better software to support having a webinar. And if you don't even have an existing audience yet, why are you spending all that time and money building a webinar when you don't have an audience of people who are coming to the webinar? There's a lot of nuances around it. So I think they work well. most of the online entrepreneurs who are out here killing the game use webinars. But you have to understand it's with a comma. They've been in the game for a while. They have an existing audience. They have a budget for paid advertising. They have worked with clients numerous times. So they know the pain points to address in that webinar. They know the copy to write to connect with their audience and help transition that client, that potential client, to becoming a client. But if you've never done those things, like, you're literally just blindfolded, throwing a dart at the wall, hoping it sticks. Rather, using this simple process, you need less than $60 worth of software. You don't need to have a website. You need to have an EIN number so you can collect payment through Stripe. You need to have very, very limited tools to actually handle this process, and you can start making money immediately. You don't have to spend all this time. You'll spend more of your time doing the things that really matter most in the beginning. Learning your audience, listening to your audience, perfecting your process. Because at the beginning of your business, the number one goal is just turn a profit. Turn a profit, earn money. Once you have somewhat of consistent cash flow coming in, then you really start, okay, how do I get better, and start doubling down on what's working, and then start to scale from there. So I think that's huge. For you guys who are watching this live or catching this a replay, I'm just curious to know what our audience looks like right now. Have you guys taken the business audit assessment yet? If you have, tell me what your result is in the comments. Were you a builder, a catalyst, or a mogul? Because that'll help me understand who I'm talking to right now, audience-wise. Yeah, girl. Y'all need to get your EIN numbers. Y'all can't be collecting payments through Cash App or Venmo. I ain't trying to get nobody caught up. Roberta, your question is a very, very good one. We do not actually have the opportunity today to go dive deep into how you should structure your Facebook Lives. But that is something that we teach in the Services That Sell program in depth. And for a lot of you guys right here who are on, if you're on this challenge, if you have not gotten an accountability partner yet, you need to get one, because we are giving away the Fearless with Facebook course to an accountability group that does all 3 days of the growth assignments. And the Fearless with Facebook course goes really in depth on how to structure your Facebook Lives. We're going to be, again, talk about this in the Services That Sell program. But if you're, just so you know, that's free. That's a $297 course that goes really, really in depth on that specific topic. So for anybody here, if you have not got an accountability partner yet, definitely make sure to hop in the Facebook group and get you one. And if you guys do all 3 growth assignments and post them in the Facebook group, we're going to be picking a pair to be a winner. So I'm seeing a ton. Okay. A lot of builders, catalyst, mogul, catalyst, builder. Okay. We have a good, healthy mix. So everybody here good on the major value of selling services first. Okay. Ola and Jasmine, y'all are probably the hypest accountability group I have seen yet. So Janae, I'm hoping that multiple groups will complete the assignments. Absolutely. But yeah, we'll be picking an accountability pair at random to give the gift away to. So we will be picking somebody at random. So as long as you and your partner have posted all their growth assignments over the next 3 days in the group, our team will be picking a group at random to give that bonus away to. Great question. So the last point I want to make sure that we drill home for everybody today. Are you guys getting value out of this? I want to make sure this is actually content that's juicy and good for you, okay? And if you do need an accountability partner, again, if you go in the Facebook group, there's a whole thread just so you guys can get paired up with ease, okay? So the last point here is how to really develop that solid foundation. And again, we mentioned before that it really happens in stages. When you rush your progress, and trying to skip ahead of some of these things, you really do sabotage and stall your profit. I'm not saying that it won't work. I just think it's a lot harder to go down that path. And I think it's unnecessary because a lot of us here, we want to earn money like now. And I'm saying it's a lot easier for you to start collecting those initial coins and saving yourself some of that time and money and energy and refocusing that on really developing your foundation. So Janae, again, a really good question. Are we charging for the enrollment call? We'll talk a lot more about that in the Services That Sell program. But really, really good question. There's a strategy for doing it either way. And then again, all the assignments for the growth assignments are posted. One, they're in your email. So if you sign up for the workshop, if you haven't done that, the link is in the title. And the workbooks for each day's growth assignment is also posted in the file section of the Facebook group. So the easiest way for you guys to get in, if you're not already in, is first and foremost, register for the workshop. And then once you register, you'll get access to the emails and get access to the growth assignments, because they're both in your email and in the Facebook group in the file section. So just let us know if you need help there. But third is really, there are two different types of service providers, okay? And a lot of you guys, it's really important for you to distinguish which one you are. There is no shade on either side of the coin, but it is really important for you to just be honest and really upfront with yourself on what you're building and why you're doing what you're doing. So then you can really develop a strategy around what best supports you. So the two service providers that I have come across the most, either you're a hustler, which I started off as a hustler, okay? Or you are really like a business owner. And we're going to talk about some distinct differences between the two. So I started off as a hustler. I'm a hustler, baby. Right? And then I transitioned into a business owner. So I think it's really, again, important for you guys to understand what is the purpose and the true vision and the mission for the business that you are building. Because there are two different methods, two different models that you need to follow based off if you're a hustler or if you're a business owner. One, if you're a hustler, the business that you're building is more of a hobby, okay? You might make money here and there. You might talk about your business here and there. You know, it might be something you kind of put out there. Like, oh, I could do this. Yeah, I do this. I do all of these things. But you really don't actually stick with one thing consistently long term. The goal of this is, you know, it's something you like to do. You probably do for free more often than paid. Or are you a business owner? This is somebody who, this is not a hobby for them. It is really like more of a lifestyle. Like my business is my life. Like that pays my bills. It pays for my food. It is something that I wanted to turn into a lifestyle. I wanted to build a lifestyle around my business supporting the lifestyle that I want to have. So, and again, there's no shade on either side of the coin, y'all. But edges might get snatched because you might have been playing like a hustler, but telling everybody else you're a business owner, but you got hustler tendencies. And again, there's no shade either way. I think it's just really important for us to understand, what are we doing? Why are we doing it? And what is the true end goal? Because I think hustlers here, they're okay with, you know, having infrequent income, you know, in the sense that like one day I can show up and I know how to hustle and make some money. But every day I have to show up and hustle and put in all this energy and effort to go make the money. Versus a business owner is thinking more long term. They're thinking more strategically. They are putting processes in place to predict their income, to have more consistency. So here there is predictability that exists. Oh, I can't spell. I can't spell right now. There's more predictability in their income, in their cash flow, in their thought process, in how they are thinking long term. Or if you're out here hustling, it's like this one and done type of thing. If you're from Detroit, we got a lot of hustlers here. Because if you tell somebody right now, like, Jay, my tire just blew out, I need $300 and I ain't got it in my account, we know how to go hustle up some money. That's not, and there's no shade in that. Like if that's what you want, you just want kind of this extra floating income on the side, that's fine. But if you're really trying to build something that allows you to have consistency and predictability in your cash flow, that is a business owner, y'all. You know, another thing, again, edges might get snatched. I'm gonna prepare y'all on this. I'm one. I'm about to snatch some edges. We about to go there, y'all. We about to go there. This is a real moment, okay? First and foremost, I just want to thank everybody here. One, if y'all need to take a deep breath in and just breathe it on out, because a lot of truth bombs are being dropped, and I'm going to drop another one, and I know it's going to snatch somebody's edges. So if you just need a moment to breathe, that's okay. Do that right now if you need to. But another big differentiator from hustlers and business owners, a lot of hustlers focus on being pretty. And what I mean by that is their first thought, I want to start a business, Jay. I'm out here ready to make some money. I'm trying to create the passive income lifestyle. I'm trying to live my dream life. Get it? Okay? They're trying to live their best life. First thing they do is what? Girl, I got to go get me a logo. Okay, I'm trying to be cute. I need to go get me some new headshots. I got to get me a website that slays. They focus on being pretty. Business owners, they first and foremost focus on being profitable. Huge differentiator. And I know I done snatched somebody's edges on that one. Y'all ain't made a dime yet. Don't know what you selling, who you selling to, what you should price your offer at. You ain't tested out nothing, but all of your focus is, I'm trying to be cute, girl. I'm trying to be out here slaying. I need a cute logo and a cute name. I need a cute business card. I need that dope stationery. I need color-coded Post-it notes to put on my desk because I'm trying to be color-coordinated. Bruh, you ain't making no coins. What you writing on a Post-it note? Who you sending the stationery to? You over here spending hours designing your invoice layout. Who you sending the invoice to though? Bruh. So this is what I have noticed. A lot of hustlers want to be cute, but they ain't got no coins. A lot of hustlers want to be pretty, but they not profitable. I'm just trying to set y'all up for success. Okay? I'm just trying to set y'all up for success. Don't hear me wrong though. Branding matters. Visual elements matter. They do not matter as much in the beginning. How you know something works and will work, I think somewhat of a more consistent basis. If you are able to earn profit off of something and the branding sucks, you know you got a winner. Because people aren't just looking and buying your stuff because it's cute. They're buying it because it is strategically laid out to convert and actually deliver results. Like I'm just now at a stage in my business where I hired a professional web designer. I've been in the game for 2 years, have made over $200,000 here. Just now decided to go hire a real web designer. So I have a website. To me, it ain't that cute. It's very simple, very plain. I got one cute photo from my retreat up there, looking like I'm doing something. But I didn't spend my effort and energy there first. Why? Because I'm like, I need to make money first. Because you need money to even go do all those things. And so many people, I need more visibility. I need more exposure. Jay, I need PR. Like, I need to be in these magazines, bro. Like, Jay, I'm trying to be in Huffington Post, in Forbes, honey, 30 under 30. Boo, what you being recognized for? Having a cute logo? You ain't made no impact yet. Because why? Because you haven't converted no clients to get no results to even be recognized for what? What you want more exposure for? This is something everybody got to hear, okay? Why in the world would you want more exposure when you don't have a product to sell on the back end? You're going to have all these people looking at you, coming to you, running to you, and they get there and it's like, damn, I ain't think about that. But that exposure though, Jay, I was in a magazine though. Bro, you ain't convert nothing. So I just think there's a time and a place, y'all. There's a time and a place. Is everybody hearing me? Everybody hearing me out? I know I done probably snatched some edges on that when I try to prepare y'all. But hear me out. I'm not saying that those things do not help advance or accelerate something that's already existing in your business. But if there is no profitability happening, if there is no foundation that is currently existing, why do you want more exposure to dirt? Like, you do not want more visibility on something that is half-assed, and you don't even have the confidence to communicate how you help somebody get a result, or bringing all this visibility to a website that's cute, that is not strategically laid out to convert. There's nothing for them to buy. There are no clear call to actions. Like, hello. I ain't trying to set y'all up for failure. Jasmine said, bruh. She said it's like going to the club because you saw the flyer, but ain't nobody there. Like the building doesn't exist. You got a flyer to go to the club. You dressed up cute and slayed, and you get there like the building like it's shut down. It's boarded up. Ain't no way to get in. Ain't no man at the door collecting payment. You can't buy no drinks. Why? Because ain't no building to serve no drinks. Ooh, Jasmine. Venus said, I'm bald headed now. Look, I didn't know we went there. I know we went there. But I hope this helped really recalibrate everybody's expectations and really help you understand what the next best step for you to take is in your business. So just to quickly recap, we talked about what is a signature service. It's really the trunk of your business is what is the thing that you are known for. We talked about the major value of selling signature services first as a business model. And then once you have that laid, then scaling from there. And we also talked about how to develop a solid foundation that you really can build and scale on later. So I really hope this was beneficial. For those of you guys in regards to what the next best step for you should be is like dive into the growth assignments. So if you have not opened today's email, I highly recommend that you do that tonight, or pop on over in the Facebook group and download the workbook. Take the business audit quiz. The link is inside of your workbook. Let us know what your results are so you can understand kind of where you're at along this journey so you know where you need to be focusing your attention. And then complete the day one growth assignment, which is all about the POP method, which will walk you through helping you understand who your one person should be and what that one problem is that you solve. Find an accountability partner if you have not done so already. And if you haven't done so and you know a friend that needs to be in this, grab them and bring them on in. You can share this video or share the link with them and tell them to sign up. It's completely free. And then share your results with us in that Facebook group because we will be picking an accountability partner pair and actually gifting them the Fearless with Facebook course, which is a $297 offer, $297. And it's gotten people great results. And then again, tomorrow morning, the day 2 growth assignment will be sent out, which is talking all about scaling with services. And again, guys, this is just the beginning. Like, I'm really hoping you guys are understanding the value of this. And then again, if you are at a point where it's like, okay, Jay, I'm ready. Like, I'm ready to dive deeper. I know that I need the tools on how to actually set up all the things that we talked about. Again, this is very plainly and laid out in the Services That Sell course, which again, we'll be talking about a little bit more down in the next couple of days because enrollment, the next cohort enrollment will be opening up this week. So I just want to give you guys that prep. But right now, just focus on the workshops. Again, we have 2 more days of content, 2 more days of training, and 2 more growth assignments coming your way. And today's growth assignment really shouldn't take you more than like 20 minutes at max. So it's really quick, easy. Do this before dinner or right before you go to bed. Post it in the Facebook group so you can be ready for tomorrow. And that's what we have for you guys today. Ola said, I'm rewatching this because of so many keys. Girl, I'm so glad this was helpful for you. Sharon said, I don't have any friends. They want to stay stagnant. Well, girl, if you pop in the Facebook group, there are a lot of goal getters in there who don't want anything but to grow. So you'll definitely find some new friends. Definitely reach out to meet somebody new. And if you need help finding an accountability partner, just post in the Facebook group and we'll get you linked up with somebody. So helpful. Thank you. You are more than welcome, Roberta. So that's all that we have for you guys today. I'll be back over in the Facebook group a little bit later on this evening, checking out your growth assignments, checking out your results. So if you guys have any other questions, just pop them in the comments here below and I'll be reviewing these. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, same time, same place for day 2, all about scaling with services. Talk to you guys later. Bye, y'all.